And hello, everyone, and welcome back. Um, so, we are in um, uncharted waters right now. A couple months ago, I made a TikTok when the redistricting wars started, and um, these redistricting wars were began when the president requested that Texas draw him five new Republican seats. And that set off the death spiral that we are currently in. And we thought that it had reached its climax when uh, Virginia went with the 10-1 map. And the Supreme Court came down with the Callais decision, which essentially gutted Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. And now we are seeing uh, Republican states move at breakneck speed to redraw their maps. And not just for the 2028 cycle, no, for the 2026 cycle. Um, Louisiana, which had a primary scheduled for May the 16th, has suspended the House primaries for May 16th and is now moving uh, to have a special session of the legislature to draw a new Republican seat in Louisiana. Um, Tennessee is going to have a special session to essentially uh, X out the last remaining Democratic seat after they gutted in the 2020 in the 2022 redistricting after the 2020 census. Uh, the other Democratic seat in Tennessee, which was a Nashville base seat. They sliced Nashville up into several districts after a long tradition of Nashville having its own district because Nashville's population could sustain on its own a congressional district. And Davidson County, where Nashville is located, is a blue county, heavily blue, heavily Democratic county, and the Tennessee legislature sliced it up. And in legislative sessions recently, the Tennessee legislature has targeted Nashville and targeted Davidson County with heavy-handed tactics in taking over the means of local control. So it's almost certain that they will go into Shelby County, where Mississippi, where Memphis is located, and they are going to just basically slice up Memphis, and they were prevented from doing it before because of the Voting Rights Act in Section 2. And it should be noted that the Tennessee 7, which I believe is Cohen's district, I'll make sure. Um, don't want to get that wrong. No, I'm sorry. That's not. Oh, shit. I apologize. What? Tennessee Tennessee 9, Tennessee 9 um, is represented by Stephen Cohen. He's a Democrat and he's a white man. He's a Jewish white man and he represents a majority African American district. Uh, he's one of, if not the only lawmaker in that situation, but Yeah. He's going to see his district carved up by the Tennessee legislature in a very precise uh, and precision manner. So that's going to happen. Alabama, my home state, is going into a special session um, this week with the intent of this cycle of eliminating one of the two uh, Democratic seats in this state. They will get around to eliminating the other during the next regular session in January of 2027. Uh, if they maintain control, their supermajority in the Alabama State House and State Senate and maintain the constitutional offices. And I personally am doing everything I can to prevent that from coming to pass. Um, and these last few days have been really illustrative of why Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act was so essential. So I wanted to show you um, why uh, this is so important. So um, I'm going to show you now um, some images of some images. So we are now going to look at this picture right here. This picture here is the map that the Alabama legislature tried to pass last time and was told by the courts at the time, no, this does not create two districts that give minorities a chance to elect a representative of their choosing. The legislature told them, no, no, no. This will be the map in all likelihood that the Alabama legislature passes to get them the one seat this time. Oh, by the way, I need to mention Alabama has a primary scheduled for May 19th. I'm recording this on May the 1st. So that means that May 4th, Monday, will be the first day of the session. People are already voting in Alabama. People have been voting for weeks. What happens to those votes? Do they get thrown out? Do we have to reschedule the primary? Oh, by the way, Alabama has a runoff rule, and the runoff is scheduled for July. If I remember correctly, hold on. June 16th will be the date of the runoff. So a little less uh, than a month after the initial election. So when do we schedule the primary if they reschedule it? This is, of course, Tennessee's call for a new for the special session that I was talking about. This is an interesting map. This is Alabama House districts elections, presidential election returns by precinct. This is the breakdown per House district. This is the current uh, map of the congressional lines. These are the grand divisions of Tennessee, and that's important because I want to talk about this map here. This is Tennessee. This is the Republican map that they would like to pass. I've seen this one bandied around on the internet, and this is broken down at the county level. This is the Marsha Blackburn created map. So you have a district here that runs from Shelby County in Memphis all the way to Franklin County, Tennessee. You cross two of the grand divisions. Um, so you go from suburbs of Memphis to rural Franklin County, Tennessee. Up here is Moore County, where they make Jack Daniels. Um, and you see, of course, here, Nashville is split up one, two, three. Yeah, one, two, three, four ways, 4 out of 9. One, two, three for Shelby. Um, and Hamilton and Knox County are not split. Those are the other major um, urban cores. You got Williamson County here that's split 2 ways. Murray County's not. But yeah, you really see that the Republican plan is to crack and slice these counties. And this right here could possibly be what the Republican legislature in Alabama gets around to enacting in 2027 if they maintain the supermajority. So, yeah, there's the future you're looking for. And where does this all end? In my opinion, it's probably going to end when you start seeing states send all Republican and all Democratic congressional delegations to Congress. Illinois will send a 17-0 Democratic um, delegation to the House now. Because what had prevented Illinois from going to that extreme in the past is now gone. Those guardrails are gone. And New York will probably go as maximalist as it can go. Um, and it is just going to be a race to the bottom. It is going to be an absolute um, hellscape. And the way to prevent this is to elect people to Congress who their first order of business is to ban partisan gerrymandering uh, outright, a national ban. Um, this is, in my opinion, becoming the most urgent crisis that we face. We at most maybe get a ban on mid-decade redistricting because this has all been started by mid-decade redistricting. Um, and it is an absolute travesty. Um, it is going to disenfranchise millions of Americans because the primary election your most in your congressional districts are going to become um, the general election will be the primary. And the other side will have essentially no chance of victory in the vast majority of the congressional districts in the country. And you'll have about 10 districts nationwide that are truly competitive in any given election. And billions with a B will be spent in those districts on those few House seats. And it's just going to be um, insufferable. It's going to be awful. Um, It really is. And millions will be disenfranchised, and their voices will never be heard. And um, you could also see a scenario in which every 2 years we get a redistricting, because by God, those partisan breakdowns are not as safe as they once were. We gotta shuffle the deck again. We've got to shuffle the deck again and make sure that the other side does not have a chance to win. Look, I'm a partisan. I'm an open partisan. I want Democrats to win. Uh, but this gerrymandering death spiral has got to end. We cannot, as a country, continue to go on like this. Um, so call your legislature, tell them no, not in my name, and then vote like hell in November. Um, Vote like hell. You need to get out there and make your voices heard. You may not have voted in a midterm in a long time because you felt that it was pointless and your voice didn't matter. It does. It matters a lot. Um, the drop off between a presidential and a congressional election is enough where those who generally set out a midterm, if they voted in strong numbers, you could flip a House seat unexpectedly. You could flip a state legislative seat unexpectedly. Um, you know, you may not even know, but you have an option in your state legislative district. Um, you would be surprised at how many people are running. Um, you would be surprised. And vote in your party's primary. Vote to ensure that candidate your party or the party you feel can put an end to this madness. Uh, Builds credible, strong candidates. Um, because, as I said, this is the um, un unappreciated threat to democracy that is occurring right now. It is evil, it is corrupt, and it is going to cause a deep cynicism in our country that's going to be hard to heal. When people feel that their voices aren't heard and their voices don't matter, they just give up, and that's what they want. Um, so call your legislatures, tell them no, and vote. November is coming. November is coming. And that is the one election they can't delay. That is the one election that is going to occur. So be vigilant, be loud, and be proud. I'll see you again on here soon. Probably going to do a Senate uh, update video in the coming days. Peace, everybody.